Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Liette Vasseur. I'm from Brock University, and today I'll be presenting around the importance of simple communication for effective action in coastal communities. This aspect of the project started with the case study of the town of Lincoln, where we needed to make sure for better community engagement to have a good communication. But after that, I've now used the same for the case study of the Baie-Comeau with the project Inédine, which is with l'Université d'Ottawa and the NRS in Quebec. So the challenge in communication all around climate change is huge. And I should say that we discovered very quickly, especially with the initial interviews, that people had hard time to understand what was climate change, but especially all the different components that is part of it, especially because of the scientific jargon that we're using. And that means that people had a limited understanding of environmental issues such as coastal risk, climate change adaptation, etc. So we needed really to have a better idea of how to communicate with the community so that they can be really engaged. So we needed simple solution, and that came up during the interviews, but at the same time, we partnered with the Niagara College on the postgraduate program in environmental management, where they were able to help us to develop a communication plan. And it was decided that probably one of the best way was through weekly blogs that were short, less than a page, in a simple language, and that was being promoted not only on the web page of the project, but also through local newspapers. And it was great to have Brock University Public Relations capable of communicating with all the 11 local newspapers of the region and ask them if they were willing to publish these blogs, which they accepted, which gave us the possibility to really connect with the community through simple solution like that. This is one example of one of the blog that is called Let's Adapt to Climate Change. And that was a series where we look at different type of adaptation. So in this case, community-based adaptation. So there was a series every week. So we have over 60 of them that are available on our website, and also that went through the local newspaper. So why this was important, as I said, it was a question of improving first the awareness of the project for the community, but also understanding better climate change and environmental issues. And this really helped. We had to go through all these little words like greenhouse gas emission. What does it mean? You would be surprised how many people don't even understand that. So how do you want them to act at that point on climate change? And the other component was really to engage the community in our discussion and to make sure that they were going to participate in the different events that we had. We had other ideas that we use, for example, story maps of the town of Lincoln. As we can see here in the photo, these are aerial photos that were digitized on the shoreline to see how it evolved over time from 1934 to 2018. We had also regular meetings and presentation at the municipal council, and that helps also to really continue the open discussion with all components of the community. We hope to do the same thing with the demonstration project in Baie-Saint-Paul so that people can go and see and really understand in reality what does it mean. So that's another way to be able to bring the information to citizens. In terms of results from the town of Lincoln, it really increased the awareness of climate change, what were the issues, etc. But it also increased the number of inquiries coming from citizens asking more information or better understand certain components. And we receive a lot of requests for advice from the public, and not only from the town of Lincoln, but from Niagara-on-the-Lake, from Fort Erie, from Grimsby. In fact, this is a photo from Grimsby, who the citizen asked me to come and see, visit his place. And as you can see here, his gazebo is going to gradually have to be moved because of the shoreline erosion. And he's trying to find nature-based solution in this case, because he doesn't want to have a wall or something like that. He really wants to keep as much as possible its environment as natural as possible, especially because he has bank swallows on the shore. So really trying to bring engagement, and in fact, citizens were asking from these different other communities if we could do the same project in their town. So there's a really an encouragement that people wanted to really have these kind of aspects. It led also for the mayor of the town of Lincoln asking me to be part of the advisory council for coastal resilience at the Great Lakes and St. Lawrence Cities Initiative, for example. So I would like to acknowledge many people, many partners and students that have been part of that. As you can imagine, we needed people who were ready to write these blogs, because on a weekly basis, that means that we all had to have a turnover of the blogs. And I should say a special thanks to Sarah, who is my communication agent and part of public relation at Brock University. So thank you very much.